Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Bloom. The snow has turned to rain and that means a whole lot of slush on our roads. We're going to send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray and he's got everything you need to know for the work week ahead.
All right, and yeah, slushy roads tonight, and that's a good thing because the alternative would be icy roads here now that the sun has set. And we are seeing instead fog on our cameras here in Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. That's a good thing because once we get fog, it usually means that we're pretty close to the bottom for our temperatures for the night. And yeah, we're not going to be moving all that much. So we're at 35 now in Spokane. We're at 33 in Coeur d'Alene. I expect our temperatures tonight to stay above freezing in the metro, and that means we'll continue to see ponds of water and slush as opposed to slick and slippery driving conditions. But it is certainly going to be damp and unpleasant as we head through the night. Higher clouds are blocking our view of some of the low clouds and fog that have developed basically across the entirety of the Columbia Basin and extend. You can see some areas where we've got a few clear spots all the way across and even through North Idaho. We still have some showers that we're watching on live Doppler radar tonight. Most of that is to the south of Interstate 90 around the Palouse region. So let's take a little zoom in. All of this moving to the north and to the east. And so places like Fairfield, we just saw it's going to be drying out here in places like Tico on the Washington side. But around Lake Coeur d'Alene, say in the Harrison area, as you work your way down towards St. Mary's, you are going to continue to see some more rain here over the next couple of hours. We'll also be watching in Coeur d'Alene and Kellogg for some more off and on showers as that moisture continues to kind of stubbornly stick around. There's more on the way, by the way, for tonight, especially for our friends near the Canada border. We've got another round of moisture way up north. It's going to be dropping into the inland northwest later tonight. We'll show you how that plays out and what you need to be ready for tomorrow coming up.
Thanks, Matt. Fire crews put out a house fire in Lewiston that caused $120,000 worth of damage. It happened near 7th and 14th Avenue yesterday morning. No one was inside the home at the time, and the cause of that fire is still under investigation. Meanwhile, one person was injured in an apartment fire in Spokane yesterday. It happened near East Nora Avenue, just off of Ruby. When firefighters arrived, they saw a person leaning out of a window on the 3rd floor. Crews rescued the person who was suffering from smoke inhalation. No word yet on what caused that fire either. And after dropping 4 of their last 5 games, the Seattle Seahawks were looking to get back to their winning ways against their rivals San Francisco and stay in the playoffs. That is, but Alex, that proved to be much easier said than done, just as Seattle can't get out of their own way.
That's right. Don't look now, but we only have a little under a month left of the NFL regular season. So for teams like the struggling Seattle Seahawks, if you don't start winning now, you're not going to be playing in January as they faced off against the San Francisco 49ers for the second time in 2 weeks. And like the first chapter, this went a lot like the first one. Now, Drew Lock got the start ahead of the injured Geno Smith down in Santa Clara. And on the first drive, a little bit of hope here. Seattle drives right down the field into 49ers territory. Lock goes deep to DK Metcalf in single coverage, brings it in for the touchdown. We're all tied up at 7, but you're going to need a lot more than that to keep up with San Francisco's offense. In the second, MVP candidate Brock Purdy proves he's more than just a check down man. Hits Deebo Samuel down the field. Safety Jamal Adams can't really do anything, not like he was doing much all day. San Francisco retakes the lead. Skip ahead to the 4th. It's only a 1-possession game, but this is where the game breaks wide open. Purdy airs it out again, hits George Kittle. That's a touchdown. San Francisco puts up 527 yards of offense on the day. That's not going to get it done, so Seattle needs an answer. But on the very next play from scrimmage, Locke goes deep. He's picked up by Jahir Brown. Locke had a decent day, 269 yards and 2 touchdowns, but the mistakes were costly. Just over 3 minutes to play. Locke goes deep again. He's going to be picked off. And that'll do it. For some reason, the 49ers attempt to return it back, but doesn't matter because either way, Seattle falls again. Their 4th straight in a bit of a shambles at this point.
It's hard coming back. It's been too many weeks to come back in here on with losses. And been a challenge, and it's a challenge for all of us. And here we go again. We're going against one of the best teams in the NFC this next week. This is the challenge portion of this season. We're going to see if we can make it through it. The fourth quarter of this season is still there for us to do something with it, and we'll see if we can.
Now, with the loss, Seattle now sits in 9th spot of the NFC, still a half game back of the wild card in that 7th seed. But now they're going to return home to face off against another top team in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles. Emily, send it back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. Well, former Spokane Mayor Jack Garrity has died at the age of 89. That is according to the Spokesman Review, one of the several newspapers Garrity worked for in his lifetime. He also served as a county commissioner. He's perhaps best known for developing River Park Square. At the time, it was a controversial decision, but it helped revitalize the area. He also used the Expo 74 to promote Spokane Falls as a tourist destination. And still ahead, the University of Pennsylvania's president is stepping down. What she refused to say in front of Congress that led to many calling for her resignation. Plus, when Mount Spokane will fire up their chairlifts after being forced to delay opening. Next on 4 News Now.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With the Get College Saving Program, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
The Tire Store for winter tires with no credit hassles. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Nissan.
4 things to know about your weather. We're staying above freezing in many areas tonight. That's good for our morning commute. We'll see a little bit more drizzle in the morning before we finally start drying out. And the December dreariness is going to be back for most of the week as we see clouds and fog for a good portion of Monday and really for the rest of the week. So temperatures around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene are in the mid-30s right now, and they will cool, an impressive 1 or 2 degrees as we head through the rest of the night with the occasional shower and, of course, the fog that is rapidly developing across the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene metro. We'll have a better chance for a little bit of rain tonight, especially in the early hours of the morning across North Idaho. And we may even see some snow mixed in places like Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, which are going to be close to freezing as we get into the early hours of the morning. I mentioned that there's some moisture up in Canada that is going to come down and pay us a visit. That's going to be in the early hours of the morning. So this is about 2-3 a.m. and basically from the Northport area all the way through Bonners Ferry and into western Montana here, we're going to see that moisture drop down. Largely, once again, going to be rain as you head towards Sandpoint and areas to the south. Most of eastern Washington will be staying pretty dry for the morning hours. We may see some clearing and maybe even the sun will come out for lunchtime as you head into places like Colville, Republic, Omak. But look, don't count on it because after so much moisture and with fairly calm wind conditions, I'm expecting a lot of fog and low cloud cover to stick around through the day on Monday. Let's take a look here now at Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and yeah, plenty of fog expected in your forecast as you're getting up and getting your day started. Now that will lift fairly quickly. If there's any time where we'll have a chance to get a peek of sunshine, it'll be in the late morning or very early in the afternoon. But once the sun goes down very quickly, you see the fog starts to redevelop around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and that is going to be our pattern for the next few days. Minus, of course, the drizzle, which will just be a one-time thing. Upper 30s. Hey, that's not so bad, all things considered. Still, pretty dreary day coming up in the metro area. Elsewhere, well, you can see there's going to be a lot of fog after all of the moisture we just had. We'll have better luck to maybe see a little sunshine later on this week. Say Wednesday, for example, that fog definitely going to be sticking around for a good portion of Tuesday. We got another little system coming through on Thursday. Not expecting a whole lot out of this, but certainly something to monitor. And then we are back in the clouds with some cooler temperatures heading into next weekend.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Well, between the constant rain and warmer than usual temperatures, snow is melting at our local ski spots. Mount Spokane was supposed to open this weekend, but they had to push back firing up the chairlifts.
If we don't get the epic snowfall at the beginning of the season, we do consolidate to the few runs that we're able to pack that aren't super steep. We need about 30 inches at the top of the mountain and about 15 to 18 here at the base.
They are hoping to open this Wednesday. And one Coeur d'Alene student is leading a movement for change in his school district. Tomorrow, Coeur d'Alene Public Schools Board of Trustees will vote on a new dress code policy. 4 News Now's Allison Martinez has that story.
It all started with a student survey a year and a half ago. Now, a new dress code policy created by students for students will be voted on in tomorrow night's board meeting.
Students were asking, they were saying, hey, please, can you guys focus on our dress code? We need some revisions.
Dress codes can be difficult to understand and even more difficult to enforce. Coeur d'Alene Student Advisory Group Chair says his school district is no exception. The group has spent the last year and a half surveying students and teachers and drafting multiple versions of a policy that reflected their concerns.
A big one was the primary focus on our female students. There was a lot of specific things that our girls could not wear, which seemed a little bit arbitrary.
Luke said they heard from teachers who said this kind of language makes the dress code difficult to enforce.
But what we've done here is we've made a policy that is able to be enforced by our teachers. So it's supported by our teachers, it's supported by our building administration, and it's supported by our students.
The new proposed policy states that students must wear tops that cover the front, back, and sides of the body. It also includes an enforcement section that says with some exceptions, students won't be removed from class as punishment for their clothing.
We want to have a conversation about it, but we want to have that conversation outside of class time so that student is able to learn to the fullest extent.
Luke and his classmates have worked with the school board to create a version of the policy that everyone can agree on.
It makes it very clear for the parents and the students as they're dealing with this, and we believe that we'll have less we'll have less issues. It'll just be more clear. We just want to have our focus be on learning and students in the classroom.
This policy has been over a year in the making, and it could officially go into action at tomorrow night's board meeting.
I mean, that's really the purpose of SAG, is to bring forward these kind of policies, to bring forward these kind of ideas and say, hey, this is created by a student and it's for students. And so it feels great. It does. It feels amazing.
Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
And around the nation.
That's a tornado and it's coming towards us. You see it?
Yeah. Last night, a powerful tornado hit Tennessee, killing at least 6 people. The massive twister spawned by a powerful storm packing strong winds, heavy rain, and lightning, leaving a path of destruction in its wake. That storm is part of the same system that is set to hit the Northeast. The president of the University of Pennsylvania is stepping down days after testifying before Congress on anti-Semitism on college campuses. During her testimony, Liz Magill declined to say that a call for genocide against Jews violated the university's code of conduct. Magill, along with the presidents of Harvard and MIT, have been accused of failing to condemn anti-Semitism on their campuses. All 3 testified before Congress on Tuesday. This exchange prompting calls for Magill's resignation.
I am asking, specifically calling for the genocide of Jews. Does that constitute bullying or harassment?
If it is directed and severe or pervasive, it is harassment.
So the answer is yes.
It is a context-dependent decision, Congresswoman.
Magill released a statement saying, "It has been an honor to work with our faculty, students, staff, alumni, and community members to advance Penn's vital missions." The Department of Education has opened up investigations into 10 universities and colleges where students are reporting high incidents of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia. The University of Pennsylvania and Harvard are among them. And the Idaho Vandals season came to an end late last night. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti shows us how the team is reflecting on their incredible 2023 season.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you missed out on getting a McRib in the past, here's your chance to get one before you miss out again. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Time of year the reindeer fly. You can't see them on their sleigh ride across the sky. Gather all your friends around or go out and paint the town. It's the only time of year the whole wide world turns upside down.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we believe in the healing power of a new smile, the way it makes you look and feel, the way a smile lights up a room, so people can see the best version of you, which is why we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Scan the QR code to learn more, or visit affordabledentures.com.
Go ahead and smile.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire wants you to have all the comfort and total joy. Whether it's a cozy reason to hit snooze, eat dinner, or a spot to kick back, we have furniture that is good looking, well built, and comfortable. Just add your favorite people. In stock now. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
The Plant Farm poinsettias are here. Bring on the holidays and shape your Christmas world with the Plant Farm. Bring home the vibrant Bravo Red or break tradition and surprise your family with their many specialty colors like pink, orange, and even multicolored. Bring home a Plant Farm poinsettia today, because life is better in the garden and your home.
If something's missing in your morning without a McDonald's breakfast, then try a new bagel sandwich. With fluffy egg, melty cheese, and your choice of a steak patty with grilled onion or bacon or sausage, Well, those will fill the void deliciously. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, it's really hard to believe, but we're actually about a third of the way through the college basketball season. And for the Washington State Cougars, it's been smooth sailing so far. But with the 9-0, Huskies present a challenge down in Pullman today. Well, after a dreadful offensive performance in the first quarter, they only scored 2 points. Cougs were playing catch-up all day long. Tara Wallach tries to save the ball here, but the Huskies grab the rebound. Lauren Schwartz there for the wide-open three, makes a 29-11 UW lead. Cougs not going down without a fight, though. Bella Murikatete receives the lob pass and finishes with the layup to cut the lead down to 17. Still a long road back for the Cougs. And to their credit, they fight all the way back in the fourth quarter with under 40 to play. Star Charlize Ledger-Walker gets the Cougs back within 1 with this layup. And we got ourselves a ball game, but the effort too little too late as the Huskies hit their free throws. And in the end, the comeback falls just short. Cougs start Pac-12 play with a loss, and the Huskies move to 10-0. Now, the wait for Idaho National Championship is going to have to wait for at least another year after the Vandals fell in heartbreaking fashion late last night to Albany, 30-22 in the FCS quarterfinals. But what the score doesn't show is just how many opportunities the Vandals had to take that game. After the offense helped Idaho jump to an early lead in the first half, it looked as though they had the Great Danes defense all figured out. But moving the ball and finishing the drives proved to be as difficult. And they scored just 6 points in the final 2 quarters. Of course, that wasn't helped by a terrible day for the special teams. Kicker Ricardo Chavez missed 3 field goals and had an extra point blocked, a potential 10-point swing that would have made the difference in this game. Now, even with the loss, head coach Jason Eck and his players aren't hanging their heads after this special season.
They got a lot to be proud of, for what we were able to accomplish over these past 2 years, and going back-to-back, playoff appearances for the first time since '94, '95, first playoff win since '93. So a lot of stuff that they can, hold their head high of, and they're always going to be Vandals. And
it's sad. It's very sad, but it's a, it is an accomplishment because I set out to play college football, and this was my dream, and being able to live it and be a Vandal has been living my dream.
Staying on the Palouse, Washington State cornerback Shaw Smith-Wade is declaring for the NFL draft. Now, this doesn't come as a huge surprise for the Cougars, as last month he accepted an invite to the Senior Bowl. In 4 seasons at Wazoo, Smith-Wade compiled 103 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 21 pass deflections. Now, the challenge for head coach Jake Dicker is going to be to retool that secondary in the offseason, as the entire starting unit back there might be leaving. Now, let's head out to Cincinnati, where we got a rematch of the 2018 Apple Cup. Gardner Minshew facing off against Jake Browning. Minshew looking to extract a little revenge today. At the end of the second quarter, Colts down 14, but on 4th and 1, Minshew hits Mo Alley Cox in the back of the end zone to cut the deficit in half. Gardner goes for 240 yards and a touchdown this afternoon. On the next drive, Browning trying to make something happen just before the half, but the pass is deflected into the hands of Ronnie Harrison Jr. He returns it back all the way for a touchdown. We're tied up at 14 going into the break, but he would make up for it out of there. Cincinnati threatening in the red zone. Browning connects with Tanner Hudson for the touchdown to give the Bengals the lead back, and they don't look back as Browning wins this rematch 34-14. Emily, I'll send it back over to you.
All right, thanks, Alex. Well, one of the best parts of the holiday season is, of course, driving around and seeing all the decorated homes. For years, one woman has been creating an online map of the best homes in our area. In this week's Air for Adventure, we are giving you a bird's eye view of one of those homes on that list.
My family has a tradition getting hot cocoa made up and getting in the car, going around and looking at the Christmas lights around town. Had been kind of gathering maps from all over the news websites, Facebook groups, and I just kind of had them all jumbled together. I decided to put them into a Google map, and that was just for my own family. But last year with COVID, everybody was looking for something to do. And so I just decided to share my map because it's massive. A lot of people have loved it and it just helps them find the really good areas to go check out or what's near their house. Ones that stand alone, but they just have, I don't even know, millions of lights. And so those are kind of a destination even just for the one house.
We've lived here 32 years and we've been putting up Christmas lights from the get-go. It's been a lot of fun. We get a lot of people that come by And it's always a pleasure to see the cars driving by. Usually on Fridays and Saturdays, right around 7 o'clock in the evening, for about an hour, we hand out candy canes to the cars going by. There's a lot left to do. A 20-foot Frosty that we put up still, another huge reindeer, and then we have all our Looney Tunes cut out that my wife hand painted. And of course, there's always more lights, and it's something that we really enjoy. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Ho, ho, ho!
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
It's the holiday sale at Furniture Row, so there's no better time to shop the largest selection of sofas, tables, beds, and accessories. And best of all, everything is on sale. Plus, 5 years, no interest financing. The holiday sale, only at Furniture Row.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
It's here once again. An adventure in Coeur d'Alene with family and friends. Trees will light up, snow will fall, while you're dining, shopping, and having a ball. Santa and STCU hit elves in secret spots, so keep an eye out and you could win lots. If you find our elf on a shelf while in downtown Coeur d'Alene, a Fig Pickle shopping spree, Seahawks tickets, or gift cards you could gain. Explore CDADowntown.com if you want to learn more.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY Plus.
It's the holiday sale at Denver Mattress.
And right now, everything is on sale. Like the Queen Size Summit, now only $332.49. Get a $300 gift when you purchase a Tempur-Pedic, plus 5 years no interest and free shipping.
The holiday sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Well, if you're one of the people who love the snow, I'm sure there's many of you out there, you're going to have to make do with what we got here yesterday because things look fairly quiet. I don't really anticipate a whole lot of additional accumulation with whatever the system brings in on Thursday, and for the long term as well, it does seem like we're going into a bit of a stage of quieter weather for the foreseeable future. So we'll see how things go before Christmas, but enjoy the snow that you got right now.
Thanks, Matt. We'll see you back here at 11.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.